Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Greenwich High School. And thank you for coming out tonight. My name is Ralph Mayo. I am the principal of Greenwich High School. This is my 7th year as principal. With your children coming in, we've got 8 of them. I can't wait to see them. I've been in the district for quite a while now. Some of you in the audience that I talked to were my students. Some of you, I was the principal at Eastern. Some of you are my students over there as well. So it's good to see you all, and it's great to be here in this amazing, great high school. We're going to talk a lot about the high school tonight, but we're not going to talk at you tonight because we want this to be interactive. So once we finish a very, very short presentation that we're going to do tonight, we're going to send you out to the Galleria, and the Galleria is a fancy name for the hallway for the pack. And we're going to send you out there, and you're going to be able to ask questions of all the program administrators that are here tonight for English, social studies, math, science, world language, and on and on and on. So that's what we're here for tonight, to answer your questions. But we are going to give you a short presentation about Greenwich High School. Greenwich High School has changed over the last 7 years, and it's certainly changed over the last 20 years. We've expanded the scope and sequence of our courses. There's over 350 courses now. With the board meeting last Thursday, we went from 32 advanced placement courses to 35 advanced placement courses. We have multiple courses where you can earn credit, college credit here, and actually apply that to whatever college you go to. It's an amazing program, and we love that. But we have here something for everyone, we think.
From Greenwich High School. My name is Thomas Pereira, and I am the Dean of Students. Mr. Mayo is our principal. We are proud to be a community builder.
Okay, so here you can see our graduation. It's the most beautiful ceremony ever, and I'm not biased anyway, but it is. It's an amazing ceremony of red and white streaming onto Cardinal Field. And after 4 years of amazing work, our students get to go off into the world. It's my favorite day of the year. And people think I say that because I can't wait to get rid of this class or something like that. No, it's my favorite day of the year because we get to celebrate all the hard work and accomplishments that these kids did over the last 4 years. It's an amazing day, and in 4 years you'll get to experience it. Our next slide is going to go right into a video, and it's going to tell you a lot more about Greenwich High School than I'm going to be able to say up here with the microphone. It's going to be clear, concise, and it'll give you all the information you're going to need about this school, and then we'll continue with the program. We have a few guests that want to say hi. They're not going to speak long because they've all been threatened. So thank you, and we're going to move on to the video.
From the Greenwich High School. My name is Thomas Pereira, and I am the Dean of Students. Mr. Mayo is our principal. We are proud to be a community of approximately 2,600 students and more than 300 dedicated staff members. As a collaborative community of learners, Greenwich High School is committed to academic excellence, personal integrity, and interpersonal responsibility. We provide students with a challenging range of educational opportunities within a safe, supportive environment that fosters respect for self and others. Our district norms, be here, be safe, be honest, care for self and others, and let go and move on, guide our daily work and help shape our students' growth. The foundation and ultimate aim of our work is captured in our vision of the graduate. Created with participation from the entire Greenwich community, this document outlines the essential knowledge, skills, and capacities we believe all students must develop to succeed in an interconnected global society. The vision is posted throughout our building and serves as a guide for teaching and learning in every classroom. To support and measure progress towards this vision, all Greenwich High School students participate in mastery-based learning projects. These projects include shared experiences in grades 9 through 12 and culminate in a portfolio that reflects each student's accomplishments and growth over time. Our campus spans 58 acres, and our school building exceeds 500,000 square feet. At the heart of the school is the Student Center, a full acre in size. which serves as a central gathering place where students eat, socialize, and pass between classes. It is also a space where students showcase their talents, build positive school spirit and culture, and support one another's initiatives. In response to increased enrollment in the arts, the town of Greenwich generously constructed a new auditorium and music instructional space. The Greenwich High School Performing Arts Center now provides a venue worthy of the exceptional talent found within our school and community. To create a more personalized experience for our students, Greenwich High School is organized into 5 houses: Bella, Cantor, Clark, Folsom, and Shelton, named after former administrators and Board of Education members. Each house is structured identically and includes a house administrator, 3 school counselors, a social worker, a psychologist, and an assistant dean. Each house also contains an academic lab to support students with special needs. One of the most important connections a student makes in their high school career is with their school counselor. Counselors are assigned alphabetically and remain with students throughout their 4 years. They proactively reach out at key times during the school year and are available for individual conferences as needed. A phrase that captures our school philosophy is freedom with responsibility. We believe that as students mature, they earn greater independence by demonstrating responsible decision-making, a critical skill as they prepare for life beyond high school. Supporting students socially and emotionally is our priority. Our Dean of Student Life, along with assistant deans in each house, work proactively to guide students and help them make positive choices. Student safety is essential in a school of our size. The Dean of Student Life office is located near the Student Activities Office, and we are supported by 2 school resource officers from the Greenwich Police Department. These officers are specially trained to work with teenagers and serve as mentors and counselors in addition to supporting school safety. High traffic areas inside and outside the building are monitored by security cameras, and a secure front entrance serves as the primary entry point for all students and staff. Academically, Greenwich High School offers a wide range of rigorous courses that rival any academic institution. Students may choose from 32 advanced placement courses, as well as electives in the arts, theater, business, family and consumer science, physical education, video production, health, technology, and more. Our 8-day rotating block schedule allows students to take up to 8 courses while still providing extended class periods that support discussion, labs, and in-depth learning. Core courses meet 6 times over an 8-day cycle. For students who need additional academic support, especially during the transition to high school, we offer programs such as Stand By Me, AVID, STARS, Learning Centers, and courses with specialized instruction. Supporting student wellness is equally important. The Greenwich High School Education and Wellness Center provides comprehensive coordinated services, including mental health, academic, behavioral, and social and emotional supports. The goal is to promote positive outcomes for each and every student. Learning at Greenwich High School extends far beyond the classroom. With more than 150 clubs and activities, students can explore interests in academics, service, athletics, arts, and recreation. We encourage every student to get involved. Our Director of Student Activity oversees all clubs and programs and works closely with student leaders. Students also have a voice in school governance through student government, which meets regularly with school leadership to represent student perspectives and communicate with the broader student body. Our athletic program is the largest in the state, with 100 teams across 42 sports. More than 58% of our students participate in at least one interscholastic sport. To date, the school has won 5 state championships, and 33 students have earned Division I athletic scholarships. For students who prefer a less competitive option, we offer intramural sports and access to our fitness center after school. Through our one-to-one digital initiative, students and teachers are actively integrating technology into learning. Our media specialists support this work by assisting at the help desk and embedding information technology literacy into the curriculum. Parents also play a vital role at Greenwich High School. More than 350 PTA volunteers support our 5 houses, the Media Center, and the Student Activities Office. The PTA also provides financial support for field trips, technology, and enrichment initiatives. Through the PTA outreach program, families in need receive assistance to help offset educational expenses. We are committed to ensuring a smooth transition to high school. The process begins with an assembly for 8th grade students in February and continues throughout their freshman year. Incoming students attend a special half-day orientation before the school year begins, during which they meet their teachers, learn about clubs, and tour the building. Counselors provide ongoing support during the first months of school, helping students set academic, personal, and social goals. Greenwich High School is an exciting and dynamic place with opportunities for each and every student. We are committed to working in partnership with parents and the community to help our students grow into the graduates as described in our vision of the graduate. Welcome to Greenwich High School.
Okay, I'd like to thank Mr. Pereira for doing the voiceover, because I was not available. I'd like to thank Mr. Mayo for putting that video, and also Lord G. Waters, our media specialist, for creating the slides tonight. Up now, we have Mr. John Fisher, who represents our Parent-Teacher Association. John.
Mr. Mayor, I'm going to use this guy. So as Mr. Mayo said, you can see here, I am John Fisher. I'm the PTA, one of the PTA co-presidents. My other co-president, Monica Wong, couldn't join us because of the rescheduling. She had a conflict. She asked me to mention that her two oldest kids graduated last year and had a great experience at GHS. And she has an incoming 9th grader, just like all of you, who will be starting along with your children, and she is thrilled that that is happening. She also wanted to reassure you that the transition to 5th and 6th grade, if you can remember that, is a lot harder than the transition from 8th to 9th. A few words about the GHS PTA. Some of this was in the video. We have about 2,500 PTA members. That's all of the adults in our PTA family. So you join as a family. That counts all of the adults. It's 2,500. It's probably one of the largest membership groups in Greenwich. We have over 100 volunteers who are actively engaged with the PTA and doing stuff in association with the school, 110 or more, and it's quite possibly one of the largest volunteer groups in Greenwich. The PTA spends roughly $260,000 a year on field trips, curriculum enrichment, student clubs, activities, and events. We buy supplemental classroom materials. We buy granola bars and granola energy bars for the students for the PSAT and SAT test days, so that they're all boosted up for their tests. We do projects to enhance facilities for students and teachers. We rejuvenated the fitness center and bought all the equipment there. I understand you didn't get to see that on the tour, but we saw a picture of it here in the video. And this year we are working on rejuvenating the teachers' lounges to make Greenwich High School an employer of choice, so that we attract and retain the best teachers in the state of Connecticut. We do programs for parents also. We do info sections on college admissions and the application process, the college application process. And next Monday, on March 2nd, at 6:30 in this auditorium, we will be hosting a prominent AI expert for the presentation on AI and the future of education. Everyone is invited to attend. All of you, everybody in the community is invited to attend. You can bring your kids, your older kids. The talk is geared towards older high school age kids, but it should be a great presentation, and I hope everyone shows up. All of that is only possible because of donations to the PTA. So please remember to join the PTA next year. If you want, you can also sign up to be a volunteer. It's totally up to you. I will say that a lot of parents volunteered with the PTA and did things in the schools, in the elementary school, and then that sort of fades away in the middle schools. It is back for the high school. There's a lot of opportunity to get engaged, to do some great things, to be inside the building, and being able to get the inside view of what's going on this great campus. By the way, I wanted to point out, as much as impressive as the inside facility is, that you got to tour, the outside facility is also really impressive when it's not completely covered by snow. With that, have a great time tonight and enjoy your next 4 years at Greenwich High School.
John and Monica are wonderful partners. They support us, not just with finances, but through other means, and it's a great working partnership, and we couldn't do what we do here without the great PTA. Thank you, John. Okay, up next is our Dean of Student Life, Mr. Tom Pereira, or as I'm now going to call him, the voice.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So my spare time, I'm available for voiceovers, just let me know. I'm not in the picture, so please don't look at me there. So one thing that is unique to the high school is the Office of Student Life. You know, a lot of times you associate being in the dean's office as something that's negative. That is not necessarily the case. Certainly that is part of our role, is to help, you know, ensure that everybody's safe, and if they do make mistakes, that we help correct them in a proactive manner. But certainly a lot of what we do, myself, Karen Foster, and the assistant deans, is positivity. So we do monthly things in the student center. The other day we had a kickoff the second semester, so we had inflatable. They do different activities up there. So it's a lot of fun that we have to build that positive school relationship and culture. One thing I would encourage you to do, to express that, how many people, this is their first time, well not obviously first time in high school, but your first go around with your children, by show of hands? Oh boy. That's like, I think the most I've seen in a long time. Welcome, it's gonna be fun. I would highly encourage, as you see in the video, to please get them involved in something. You have over 150 clubs, you have 100 sports teams. I know Mr. Giorgio talked a little about how many state championships he's won. I think up to 305 for that. But certainly get them involved in something. The more connected they are to the school and to the adults, the better the experience they're going to be. And encourage them, if they don't like it, see it through and try something else. That's the beauty of here. How much we have to offer. Please get them involved. That would be my one big piece of advice as I turn the microphone over to Mr. Mayo yet again. Thank you, and welcome for your first trek to the parking lot, which is important, especially all this stuff.
Okay, next up on our list is Mr. Peter Giorgio, our athletic director. Our teams are having a heck of a season. I'll let you tell them about it.
Thank you, Mr. Mayo. Good evening, everyone. My name is Peter Giorgio. I'm the athletic director here at Greenwich High School. Our athletic program really works well with our academic program. They kind of complement each other. We don't have 350 championships yet, but there was an argument or a letter in the Instagram from the CIAC that called it the Year of the Cardinals. From March 1st of 2025 to present, we have over 21 state championships, and that's only in the sports that they count. Doesn't include rugby, water polo, sailing, any of the other sports we offer here. In April 24th, there'll be a more informational meeting about athletics, where I'll cover eligibility and stuff like that in the gym. But for now, the two key things you need to know coming in is Sports U and Final Forms. Those of you that have kids that played in middle school, we were fortunate enough a few years back to enroll Final Forms at the middle school level, so that continues to the high school. It's just re-upping it every year. And Sports U is where you'll find all the information for the track. I will be located right outside if you have any more questions. Other than that, I'm not going to keep you from our other fine administrators that are out here for questions later on. Thank you again.
Thank you, Peter. We have 7 state championships to date. Our swim team is next door in the pool, just about to win their, God knows, their 55th SEAC championship, and they will be in contention for an 8th state championship. So we are doing very well in that area, and this doesn't happen every year. It doesn't even happen every 10 years. So this is pretty amazing what they're doing in athletics. But it speaks to the kids that you're sending to us, that you were sending to us. These students are hard workers. They persevere. They're not afraid of failure. They fall down, they get up. They fall down, they get up again. They are amazing kids, and that's why this school is a school of excellence because of that, because of those children and the characteristics they bring to this high school. Two things before I get to bragging about the school a little more. Two things. Connections, folks, and Peter and Tom both mentioned them. Make connections. The kids need to make connections. One, their school counselor. Very important to make a connection with the school counselor right away. Number two, find something in the school that interests you. It could be one of the clubs, it could be one of our sports, it could be anything we offer, but have them make some kind of connection. It's the research that we've done over and over and over again is the same thing. Students that are connected to their high school do well academically. So, two things you want to remember from this presentation. Up here on the big board, let's start with 91% of the class of 2025 went to college, and the amazing thing is we track them, and they make it from their freshman year to the sophomore year, and that's a big jump. So our kids are not only getting into college, but they're staying in college. We mentioned 350 plus courses. This year we had 9 National Merit semifinals. Those 9 National Merit semifinalists are now finalists. We found that out about a week ago. And we have 62 commended scholars. So the commended scholars, their scores were just a little bit below what it took to be a National Merit semifinals. But we've never had 62 students score that high. So that's pretty amazing. We also have, just got this today in the mail, we also have 12 of our students been nominated to be a presidential scholar. And last year we had 1 presidential scholar, and we didn't find out about it until the fall, which is unfortunate because she was already in college. Ashley Malcolm was a presidential scholar last year. But it didn't get to us and to all the other schools until the fall. 97% of GHS testers who scored a 3 or above on the 2025 AP test. That's pretty amazing. 97% scored a 3 or above. So your scores on the AP can be a 1, can be a 2, 3 is basically passing, 4 is great, and 5 is the best you can get. So, but to have 97% of all the kids that took a test, that's over 3,000 kids that took tests last year, that's pretty amazing. 59% of the class of 25 who scored 3 or better on at least 1 AP test, so that's just the seniors. And then we had 543 AP scholars, 2026, with a 4.25 average AP score. And again, last year we offered 32 AP classes. We found this out about a month, 2 months ago, that we made the AP honor roll. And that was also another great thing for us. But it's not us, it's the kids. The kids made the honor roll, not the school. So with that, I'm going to turn this Cardinal show over to Mr. Dayton. But don't miss this. Opportunities for all is the key to tonight. In all areas. Academically, on this stage, playing in one of the musical ensembles, on the athletic field, in a club. Opportunities for all. There's so much here. So you may want to, if you get a chance, go to our website, take a look at what we offer and how it's offered. Okay? Now, Mr. Dayton, take us away.
Can everyone hear me okay? All right, hi, I'm Brian Dayton. I'm one of the counselors here at the high school. I work in Folsom House, so we'll probably have roughly 40 of the families out here will be part of my caseload in the years to come. I'm going to take you through our core classes that we offer here, some of the elective opportunities that we offer here, and a lot of the general information that's really important that the families and the students know as they start to think about the classes they want to pick next year, being part of our community for the next 4 years, and just share a little bit more information that you guys already got in that short video about 10-15 minutes ago. So for our 9th grade classes, before I jump into all the cores and electives, I just want to talk about what supports we have in place for all of our 9th graders. It's much more thorough than I think a lot of parents think is available before they get here. We really keep a close eye on our 9th graders. We know it's a brand new experience for them. It's a big place, a lot bigger than their middle schools. So we kind of try to form a little bit of a cocoon around them so that we can keep, extra eyes and ears open, be a little bit extra vigilant, just to make sure that they're doing what they need to be doing academically, socially, and all these other parts of their world. So some of the things that we offer to all of our 9th graders are learning centers and study halls. Those are times of their academic day where when they don't have an academic class to attend, they have to and are required to either attend a freshman learning center or a 9th grade study hall. And that's an opportunity for them to get started with their homework, get started with some studying for upcoming tests and assessments, maybe work on some papers that might be coming due in the near future. It's also an opportunity that if a student has a learning center, but they may have a question that they need to ask their counselor, or school psychologist, a house administrator, they can show up in their learning center study hall and then ask for permission to come down to one of the house offices to meet one-to-one with their counselor or any other adult that they might have a question for. It's also an opportunity, if their schedules align, for a student to maybe set an appointment with a teacher. Perhaps they're having a hard time in a math class or an English class. If their teacher happens to have the same time open and available, they could set up an appointment to meet with them one-to-one to get some extra help or to get some clarification on a recent grade, things like that. So learning centers and study halls are part of every 9th grader's schedule. As they become 10th graders and 11th graders and juniors, we give them a little bit more freedom, and those aren't mandatory anymore, but we certainly see a lot of our upperclassmen continue to use similar things to get their homework done. We also have a peer tutoring program that we can connect with the kids. And one of our most prominent programs is the Stand By Me program, where we match up upperclassmen, juniors typically, sometimes seniors, with freshmen who might be having a challenging experience in a math class, or an English class, or a history class. Perhaps it's just a little bit too challenging, and they're getting extra help from their teacher, they're getting extra help from you guys at home. They could still benefit for some more extra help, so we connect them when schedules align with an upperclassman who's already gone through that class and passed that class and did well in that class, and that peer can provide a little bit extra information and tutoring for them, and we line that up during their school day, so it doesn't have to happen after school. We offer reading classes for students who might struggle a little bit with reading, and we can always put that into the schedule if that's necessary. And a lot of times our 8th grade counselors and the 8th grade reading teachers, when the kid has it in their 8th grade year, will tell us, the high school, that they would benefit from continuing one of these reading classes, and we will make sure that that goes on their schedule. Extra help is very, very available here at the high school. I think, again, another misconception that it's hard to get extra help here. It can happen during the school day, like I already explained, with open classes. But teachers are required to be here in the morning before school begins and the afternoon for some wraparound time. So a lot of our students connect with their teachers via email or end of class conversation and set up a future extra help session, either that week or the following week. So that is available as well. And we also, the last program we have up here, STARS program, often comes by the suggestion of the 8th grade team, but is kind of like our version of an executive functioning class, where we put students who struggle with managing their materials and taking notes and keeping up on assignments in a very small kind of study hall class, monitored by one of our teachers. So it can be somewhere 4, 5, 6 students to 1 ratio, and that student will kind of check in with that teacher a couple times a week and get some extra support with managing their coursework. We do it a lot for our students at the start of the year, and we'll fade that over the first quarter or second quarter. But again, you know, the counselors can connect with families and students, and if we need to put that into their schedule later on in the year, we will certainly try our best to do so. I'm going to move to our graduation requirements here. So one of the big things that the counselors do here at the high school as they meet with all their students is they track their credits to get to a graduation day. So for your students, June 2030 is what we're thinking about. And we need the boys and girls to get to 25 credits over the next 4 years. And these 6 categories up here, they might not, you know, be very clear to you guys right now, but the counselors take a lot of time to explain this to the boys and girls with all the meetings that they have with them. We need students to get credits in career and life skills, STEM areas like mathematics, science, and STEM electives, humanities like English, fine arts, social studies, world language credits. There is a personal finance requirement that students in the state of Connecticut now need to meet, and so we offer that class for our kids. We typically don't have them take that class in their freshman year. We usually push that to sophomore, junior, or even senior year. So it's not something that we're going to see your 8th graders take right away, but in due time, they're going to take some sort of personal finance class. And then as you heard in the video, we have a mastery-based assessment, or what we used to call a capstone experience, that we have the kids meet by the end of their senior year. And again, your child's school counselor will work with them. Every year we have March course selection meetings that we go through credits earned, and we pick future classes. And so obviously the middle school counselors will be doing that with your students in the very near future. And then the high school counselors will actually go over and meet your students later on this year just to double check all those classes that they want to take, just to, you know, kind of fine tune any last minute changes that might need to be made, and just clarify things. So this is a big part of the connection that your child will make with their school counselor. Developing a schedule, and I know that that's on everyone's mind as we get ready for them to become 9th graders with us. So when we develop a schedule for our students every year, we're thinking about a variety of things. So are they meeting their graduation requirements, you know, taking an English class every year, taking a math class every year, their PEs and health, so on and so forth. But we also engage in their interests, right? Whether that's, you know, art class or theater class or electives like that. Or if they're really into maybe taking a business class, or perhaps they have just a passion for science and maybe along the way taking additional science classes because that's just something that they have a passion for and that they just, you know, comes easy to them. We're always looking at prerequisites as well. Before you take AP biology, you have to get through freshman year biology here at the high school. So there are, you know, for a variety of classes down the road, they have to take some of the introduction level classes with us here at the high school. And we support the kids and manage that and kind of walk them through that experience. And that is all very clearly detailed in our course of study guide. Although, you know, it comes pretty naturally to a lot of us who work here. I know for our incoming families, it's a little chaotic to learn all that at once. Again, your child's school counselor will walk them through that process and help them better understand all the prerequisites and go through that. And of course, we're always tracking how they're doing academically. Week to week, month to month, throughout the marking period, when we get progress reports, we're looking at how kids are doing. If classes are too hard, we might be pulling them in for meetings to talk about what we can do to modify things, to kind of catch back up. Sometimes kids are saying, you know, this class is way harder than I expected to be. You know, maybe it would be best I drop down a level. We walk through and talk through all those different conversations, and it really is a one-to-one conversation between your child and their counselor. We bring in the teachers that, you know, maybe the class could be a bit challenging for. We communicate with you guys at home as the parents. We communicate with the house administrators if we need to make changes. So it really is a group effort to make sure that the schedule that we put in place for your kid is the right one for them. And, you know, most of the time it is, but on occasion we have to tweak things, and we go through that process very diligently and thoroughly. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, 95 times out of 100, we fix things and get it right. Pull up what a typical freshman schedule might look like. Now, of course, all of your children are unique, and we all have different strengths and weaknesses. So this is just kind of a generic schedule. What we need our 9th graders to take is, you can find on the left-hand side of those bullets. You take a math class, you take a science class, we take an English class, a social studies class. So those are the 4 cores that every freshman must take. The majority of our freshmen will also take a world language class. There are circumstances as why we might hold off a year, but the majority of our kids will take a world language of some sort their freshman year as well. Every kid here over their 4 years has to take PE and health every single year. Even if your child is a amazing athlete and they perform well in the athletic field, they still are required to take PE classes. So those classes change every quarter, so they don't last too long. And then we also, push our kids to take electives, right? To kind of find interest in other areas outside those core subjects. So a lot of our 9th graders will take electives anywhere from a full credit, perhaps even a little bit more. And then there are some freshmen who only take maybe a half credit or 3/4 of a credit worth of electives. Our goal as counselors is for our 9th graders to earn somewhere in that 6.25 to 6.75 credits at the end of their freshman year. There are cases where kids do earn a little bit more. There are cases where a kid might only earn 6 credits, but 6 is our bare bones minimum, and we really do our best as counselors to make sure we're above that number 6 every single year. I'm going to take now a few minutes to go through slides that will kind of speak specifically to different core classes. So we're going to start with our global studies and our freshman English class. While they are separate classes, they do often get kind of linked together because they are a set of classes that follow each other. What I mean by that, if your child has English block 1 of the day, they will automatically have their social studies class block 2. They kind of follow each other in our schedule day in and day out. We're going to offer 2 different levels of English and social studies this year. We have English and Global Studies level 9, and then we also have English and Global Studies level 9 accelerated. And they are a bit different. They have a lot of similarities, but there are some differences. So we want to take a few minutes just to talk about that. First and foremost, their curriculum is the same. They're working on foundational skills in 9th grade to get them through all of their English and social studies classes over the next 4 years. The key differences is going to be the pace of the class, the level of abstractation, especially with the writing process, and the amount of support needed. So I think it's fair to say that if your student is taking the 9 accelerated in English and Global Studies, they're going to find it to be a faster paced class with a little bit more work that they're going to have to do on an independent level. And those, we're picking what classes those kids, need to go into based on the suggestions of their current teachers, but also your feedback and what the student feels that they can manage. So, it really is important that we all work together to make sure that the 9 or 9 accelerated is the proper fit for your kid. We want them to be served making solid growth and getting the proper grade in these freshman level English and Global Studies classes. So, if, we would rather a student in their 9th grade year earn a high grade in level 9 as opposed to a low grade in 9 accelerated, if that makes sense. Because a low grade in the 9A class will show up on the transcript that we will eventually send off to the colleges. So we want to avoid those lower marks if at all possible. So it really is, taking a good long look at what your student can handle, pace-wise, homework-wise, assessment-wise, because that's where you're going to find the key differences in this class. Moving on to our world language sections, we offer 6 main levels of world language. So we have American Sign Language, German, Mandarin Chinese, levels of French, Italian, and Spanish. As you might imagine, French and Spanish are probably the most popular. ASL has gained a lot of steam over the past many years, and so we have a lot of our 9th graders interested in learning American Sign Language. But, if they've never taken German before, they don't have any background, but they have an interest, they just want to try something new, we would welcome them to take German level 1, or Italian level 1, or Mandarin Chinese level 1. That's kind of your intro to that class, just like Spanish or French might have been during your middle school years. And so, we really look for every student here at the high school to start taking their world language in their 9th grade year. We need 2 years of a world language to graduate from the high school. Although, as counselors, we try to promote taking at least 3, if not 4 years. But again, those are conversations that we'll have with the kids fluidly over their time with us. Moving on to mathematics. Obviously, just like English and history and the world language department, we have lots of different types of mathematics courses that we offer here, but these are the common ones for our 9th grade students. So, some sort of level of algebra or geometry or even algebra 2. And, I think we all know that, some students are stronger in math than others. So again, we look to the middle school team to guide us with their suggestion on what the students should take. As you can see, we do offer some honors level classes in mathematics. So, again, it's based on the suggestions and where your student is currently right now. Moving on to science. 3 different science classes that we would offer your freshman year. Regular biology or on-level biology, honors biology, and then ESL biology. And ESL would be for our non-native speakers who are still kind of learning the language. We have a pretty strong ESL program here with a lot of students who need that support, and we offer that obviously not only in the science curriculum, but we have ESL for English and social studies as well, and for math as well. Moving on to our electives. So that was kind of our 5 core areas. When we move on to our electives, we're looking at lots and lots and lots of different opportunities here. So we have fine arts, which would be your visual art classes and your music classes. We have a wide variety of business classes here that we offer, computer science classes, family and consumer sciences, so that would be cooking, fashion, interior design classes, technology and video production classes, as well as the theater arts classes. So we really push as counselors for our kids, if they have a passion outside of those core subject areas. We have endless amounts of electives that our freshmen can take. Over 50, to be quite honest with you, different electives that kids can choose in these categories up here. And I think it's important to note that when we create schedules for all of our students, whether they're 9th graders or 10th graders or 11th graders, the counselors start with the core classes. So we have to make sure that we get our English and our biology class on the schedule, our history classes, our world language classes, our PE and health. The electives are the last thing that we kind of put into place. Not that they're not important, but the core classes do have to come first for us. So there are a lot of students who pick a wide variety of electives that they hope to take in their freshman year. We don't guarantee the elective classes. We do our best as the counselors to get them the classes that they pick. We guarantee their core classes. Those are the classes that we have to get your boys and girls. And then we work really hard to wiggle in and fiddle with the schedule to make the electives work. There are times where we as the counselors have to email the students over the summer, whether they're 9th graders or 12th graders, that we weren't able to get them the ceramics class that they were hoping to take. But here are some alternatives that I can't fit to your schedule. So we really do work hard with the kids to offer them alternatives if they don't get the elective that they were hoping to get. Just a quick moment to talk about the AVID program here at the high school. It is offered in our middle school program, but AVID is a very strong program that we offer our families here at Greenwich High. AVID stands for the Advancement via Individual Determination. And the goal of this class is to provide first-generation students who would like to go to college, but maybe their parents never did, with a little bit extra guidance and support in that process. So we have a whole class with a 4-year curriculum built around this program. It's a national program. And those AVID teachers, like your child's school counselor, will stay with your student every 4 years. As they transition from new math class to new math class, they'll have different teachers. But their AVID teacher remains a constant in their life, just like their school counselor would remain a constant in their life over their 4 years. And those AVID teachers really work hard to support kids, not only with like kind of the college process, but just a lot of kind of life lessons and life skills. So it's a really amazing program that you do need to sign up for and register for to be a part of. And that's something that the middle school team will work with the students who are interested in participating in it. With us in high school, they'll work on that later on this winter into the early spring. So what are the next steps as we wrap up here this evening? The next steps are for you as families to review the recommendations that were posted in Aspen by your students' teachers. And then your students will also be working with their 8th grade counselors to go through electives that they hope to take here in the 9th grade year. We're going to then invite all of you parents here later on in April to be part of a house orientation. So that's an opportunity for those of you who are going to be in Folsom House. You'll be meeting the 3 different counselors in Folsom House and all the different individuals who work in Folsom, and so on with Sheldon, Clark, and Cantor, and Bella House. So that's later on this spring. And then we do the high school team of counselors heads over to all the middle schools in early June to meet all of their students in a little speed dating opportunities where we get to meet kids for about 5 to 8 minutes, one-to-one, just introduce ourselves to them, get to know them a little bit, find out about their interests inside and outside of school, and then quickly go through the courses that they have picked, just in case there's any last-minute questions or tweaking that needs to be done to the schedule. It's a really nice opportunity just for us as the counselors to get to know your kids, and then so they recognize us when they come for orientation day in late August. I know I probably went a little bit too fast for all of you, and I apologize. This is being recorded this evening, so we will put up the recording and the slideshow on our website within the next couple of days. So for you guys to review again, and certainly ask any questions to your current 8th grade counselors if there's something that maybe I went through just a little bit too quickly. And then those 8th grade counselors, if they don't know the answer to your question, they would then contact us at the high school and we'll get you guys the answers that you need and deserve. So again, thank you all for coming this evening. I know the house administrators and the program administrators are all going to be out in our gallery. Okay, so our house administrators are kind of standing over here on the side. That's Miss Christina Shaw, Lucy Arecco, Bridget Berry, Amy Farm for science with Sean Hoyt. We got a little double dipping in science today. Mr. Byrne for our math department. Our house administrators oversee certain core subject areas in addition to running our 5 houses here at the high school. So they serve many hats, wear many hats, and serve many roles here. So they're going to join you guys out in the gallery in a few minutes, and they'll be available to answer any other questions that you might have. Anything else?
We want to, your great audience, thank you. Everything we did said tonight was filmed. It'll be on our website. If you want to go back and listen to what we said tonight, it'll be on the website in about 2 or 3 days. Please take advantage of the people outside now to ask any questions you have about our academic or our curricular programs that are out there. They're there to answer questions. Okay? So thanks again. Thanks again for coming out. Appreciate it.